Hello, let me turn this off because ya me empezó a sonar and that's not what I need right now. Hello, it's Day. Welcome. I'm trying to do this at least 3 times a week. So let's see if we can squeeze Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If not, then we can do Tuesday, Thursday, 2 T's. We'll do what we can. But anyway, welcome to Day Daily. We're going to be talking today about the Tennessee situation. I've seen a lot of videos online, especially on TikTok, talking about, Tennessee may not allow or may make it difficult for gay or interracial couples to get married. And I've seen people even crying, stating that they are in an interracial relationship in Tennessee, and this could mean that they can't get married. And I was like, what's going on? This is 2023. This is impossible. This can't be happening. So I went looking for the information and I searched for the bill, which is House Bill. It's still a House bill. Let's look here. House Bill 878, right? House Bill 878. And all I found online was opinions about the bill, articles stating how racist the bill is, but I didn't find an actual explanation of what's going on. So let's start with one of the videos that I saw online that prompted me to look for more information. But this is, when you see this video, you'll see the sentiment. It's just to give you an idea of the sentiment online about this video. This is basically the reaction that we're getting from people. Take a look.
Let's see. House Bill 878 just passed in Tennessee that allows county clerks to reject marriage licenses based on faith. They now have the ability to deny same-sex, interracial, and interfaith couples marriage licenses based on their own faith. This hasn't passed the Senate yet, but we all know what has happened to the past several bills. Seriously, are you listening yet?
So you get the idea, more or less. People are just basically stating that we're going back to slavery times. I'm still researching the Mississippi situation because that's way more complex legally. Like, there's a lot of legal terminology there and a procedure that I'm just not ready to even try to understand. So let's tackle this, which is way simpler. Let's start with the fact that nothing really happened for Tennessee to actually take this bill. This bill is not a reaction, a response to something that already happened. So let me show you what I mean. And this is why I get some people, saying, well, they're just racist, or they're just predisposing people to not officiate marriages. Let's take a look.
Solemnize the marriage.
Representative Pearson.
Today, do you know of anyone who has been forced to solemnize a marriage?
Representative Fritz.
I am not aware of anyone, thank you, Mr. Speaker, I'm not aware of anyone that has been forced to solemnize marriage in Tennessee today, but I really think that question is irrelevant at this point because I think that it is important for us to document our rights.
So where am I going with this? Let's take a look at the bill. The bill can be found online. You could just search for HB 878 and you'll be given sites that you can take a look, the government site in Tennessee for the this House bill. So you can look it up online, but I downloaded it and I took a screenshot of it and basically show you. That's it right there. Like, it's very small, and I'll read it to you. It says, Section 1, Tennessee Code annotated Section 36.3301 is amended by adding the following as a new subsection. A person shall not be required to solemnize a marriage if the person has an objection to solemnizing the marriage based on the person's conscience or religious beliefs. Now, this video, the second video that I showed you, brings up an excellent point. Do you know anyone who has been forced to solemnize a marriage in Tennessee? And the answer was no. There hasn't been a case that we've known about or of that has somewhere in which someone has been forced to solemnize a marriage. Now, why do you think that has never happened? Well, one, because I'm pretty sure that when you're looking for someone to officiate your ceremony, and when we're talking about solemnize, what does solemnize mean? Solemnize is not getting your marriage license. There's a difference here. So please correct me if I'm wrong. The state of Tennessee, even though there's no precedent to say, hey, something happened, we need to address this. No, they're kind of getting ahead of things. And that's why I do understand when people say, well, they're predisposing those people that never said anything and were hush hush because they were afraid that somebody would call them homophobic or racist. The racial part, I don't understand, because I really don't understand what belief other than racism you would have to say, I cannot marry this interracial couple, unless it's a gay interracial couple. And then at that moment, the homosexuality factor would come in. And if you are a Catholic or Christian, depending on your denomination, it's usually against the Christianity or the denomination to marry the same-sex couple, right? But then again, if you are a same-sex couple, would you even want someone who disagrees with your lifestyle, your belief, your preference, marrying you and officiating, solemnizing? That's a sacred ceremony, solemnizing your marriage. Of course not. So why would you want to force someone to marry you if you know they don't agree with you in your religious beliefs or interpretation of your beliefs? Like we have to be very careful, because I do see a lot of people out there very worried that they won't be able to marry their partner who's of a different race or of the same sex. And this bill is not saying that you cannot marry, or that deputy clerks now can refuse to marry you. In the state of Tennessee, as far as I'm concerned, and I took some screenshots, I'm not sure you'll be able to see them through the screen, but hey, we'll try. You can look this up. Do your own homework. I took a screenshot of Nashville.gov. And Nashville.gov, as a matter of fact, let me see if I still have it up so I can, here it is, Nashville.gov. I don't have it. Okay. Well, anyway, I want you to, here it is. Nashville.gov. Who can solemnize a marriage? Okay. Who can solemnize a marriage? And it states, the rite of matrimony may be solemnized by any of the following persons. Number one, out of a long list. Okay. That's a list. Okay, you can go ahead and read it on your own. That's a long list. But in that long list, the first set of people that can solemnize a marriage, all regular ministers, preachers, pastors, priests, rabbis, and other religious leaders of every religious belief, more than 18 years of age, having the care of souls. So spiritual leaders, congregational leaders, those people can solemnize marriages. But aside from those people, current and former members of county legislative bodies, current and former judges and chancellors, the governor, municipal court judges, mayors of municipalities, law enforcement chaplains, duly appointed by the heads of authorized state and local law enforcement agencies, etc., a notary public, etc., etc., etc. So when we're talking about solemnizing a marriage, you have plenty options for someone to officiate your ceremony. And as far as I'm concerned, in the state of Tennessee, maybe I may be wrong, you don't need to be licensed by the state to actually officiate a ceremony. You just have to be one of these people. Okay. So if you are a minister, a pastor, you don't need to have a license from the state to officiate, to solemnize a marriage. Now, solemnizing a marriage is different than getting a marriage license. If you, in the same page, okay, who can solemnize a marriage, gives you that list, okay, in the state of Tennessee. Marriage license county clerk. This is Nashville.gov, okay? Marriage license county clerk. Sorry if it's glaring, but I just want to make sure that I give you as much information as possible. Marriage license. Boom. You go to marriage license. This is different. This is completely different than who can solemnize a marriage. When we're talking about solemnize a marriage, we're talking about a ceremony in which an officer, someone, a spiritual leader, a county clerk, someone that you trust and that believes in your union and wants to celebrate with you, and usually someone that you know and love and respect, at least, is the person that you choose to solemnize your marriage. But as far as getting married is concerned, as far as a marriage license, you can simply just apply for a marriage license online in the state of Tennessee. Both parties must be present. A complete marriage license application submitted online prior to visiting the office, a valid driver's ID, government issued photo ID. You've been issued Social Security. You need your Social Security card. And there's a fee and there's a discount if you take a course like a premarital counseling certificate completion. They give you a $60 discount. So you can still get a marriage license. And you have plenty options to solemnize a marriage. So I think it's fair to say that no, Tennessee is not painting the road for people of the same sex or different races to not be married, not allowing them to be married. They're perfectly able to get married, completely able to get married by the state, and they can definitely find someone to solemnize their marriage. Why would you want to insist in everyone having to agree with what you're doing and your way of life? There are people who agree. Trust those people. Why, if you're a Satanist and you want to have a ceremony, why would you go to a Christian priest, or a pastor, minister, a clergyman? Why would you turn to that person? It doesn't make any sense that you would force someone who doesn't believe in the same thing you do to marry you, to officiate, to solemnize the most sacred moment, a union between you and your loved one. If you are gay, why would you want to force someone who doesn't believe in gay marriage to actually marry you? If you are straight, same thing. Why would you want to force someone? If you are straight and believe in the union of a man and a woman, and that's it, why would you go to someone who believes there are plenty other options and believe that love is love? Why would you want to force them to marry you if they don't want to? Because they believe that you don't share the same beliefs and there's no vibe there. And solemnizing a marriage requires a certain level of spirituality, regardless of what you believe. So I think it's kind of weird that people are reacting this way. I'm not surprised because what the media is putting out there is very specific. If you notice, it's in the articles, it says county clerks may be able to deny. No, apparently the licensing process is still the same. You can simply apply online, show your ID, boom, you have a marriage license. Now, solemnizing is different. That's a person who officiates your ceremony, actually performs your ceremony. And that could be very well be a deputy clerk, but it could be your pastor, your minister, your mentor. So I think it's very important for us to be informed and for us to look for the facts on our own, because the media distorts a lot of things and people roll with it. I've seen people cry, like I said before, cry because they think that now they may be denied a marriage license because they're dating a person of a different race. What the hell is going on? Like, people really do need to get a grip and open the internet. It's all there. Get informed. No, Tennessee is not denying people marriage licenses because they are interracial couple or because they are a same-sex marriage couple. Come on. Do I agree with the people that are saying, why are they bringing this up if there's no case? I agree. Why are they bringing it up if there's no case? They're trying to step forward. They're trying to get ahead of something, but what? I mean, I know there's a huge wave of things happening, but if there hasn't been a case, what are you trying to get it ahead of? Like, I get it. I get the state, and I also get the people questioning if there's no case, if there's no one that's ever been denied or obligated to solemnize a marriage, why are you bringing it up? Why are you making it a thing if it's not a thing? So I get that part, but I also get the state. I mean, the way things are going, there's bound to be a case anytime soon. And if there hasn't been already, it's probably, like I said before, because people are afraid, have been afraid to speak up. And that may very well be what's going on. And maybe they have heard of people that haven't spoken up publicly, but they have had complaints of people that have felt forced to officiate ceremonies and are afraid to speak up because they don't want to be called homophobic. And you know what? And if you are in that situation, shame on you, because if you believe something, you should stand up for what you believe regardless. Look at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I may not agree with their policies regarding health insurance and birth control, but they took it up with the law and they won. So if you believe in something, you have to have the conviction to fight for it and stand up for it. If not, then you know what I'm saying? If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So basically, that's how it goes. So for those people that are possibly in the, a part of this and probably a motor of why this happened, shame on you for not speaking up and having to hide behind legislators and people to get things done behind the scenes. Like, speak up, you know what I'm saying? Because now it just looks like it's not a thing, and they're making it a thing when there's probably a thing, but we don't know about it. So anyway, thank you for listening. Again, my name is Day, and I appreciate your support so much. Make sure you subscribe and you click that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. And see you next time. Bendiciones.